Welcome back. All right, today we are going to be making my Campanelle noodles. That's what those are called. The little flower shaped ones, tulip shape, flower shape pasta. Yeah. It's my Campanelle with Asiago cheese. We're getting ready to get started. We're getting ready to do some beautifulness in this kitchen. Let me show you how we're going to do it. First, I'm going to tell you what we're going to have. We're going to use the noodles, the pasta noodles, okay? The Campanelle. We're going to need a little half and half. We're going to use some vegetable broth, but again, like I always say, use what you've got on hand. If you only got milk, use milk. If you only have chicken broth, use that. Chicken broth, chicken stock, okay? And we're going to use something that I have never used before. Yeah, you see it, Trick Daddy's seasoning. We're going to try her out and see what she is all about. All right, and we're going to use some garlic. Of course, we need the Asiago cheese. We're going to use some squash, some zucchini, some green onions, some parsley. We're going to use some tomatoes, but if all you have is the red ones, use those. They're cherry tomatoes. They're going to work just fine. Again, I say, use what you've got in your kitchen. And then we're going to use some sun-dried tomatoes, okay? This is everything that we are going to use for this dish. I've already got my pot on the stove. It's boiling. And then we're going to need to use the broiler today. So turn your oven on. I'll be right back. All right. I decided to just not do the stuff in the oven. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get some items in there. We're going to go ahead and put in these tomatoes. I sliced them up, as you can see. I just cut them into two. All right? I just cut them into two. Each one of them. I just cut them into twos, okay? We're going to go ahead and put those on in there. Everybody come in, join the party. Okay, and I'm going to also use a little bit of these sun-dried tomatoes. I'm not going to use all of them, and I had mine already cut up. See, they're julienne style. You can absolutely buy them where they don't have the julienne style to them, but that's fine. I prefer to save myself a few steps. So we're going to put some of those in there, just a few little sprinkles. It's just going to add a little something and take this over the top a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with some of that Trick Daddy. Yeah, some of that Trick Daddy. We're going to put a little bit in there. All right. And I'm only going to season this once with the Trick to the Daddy. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put in some garlic. A nice heaping spoonful of that. All right. Then we're going to go in with that chicken. Well, not chicken broth. I got vegetable because if you notice, this is one of my meatless meals. There's no meat involved. So we're going to put some of that in there. And we're going to let this come to a boil, which is pretty much going to soften up these tomatoes. So I'm going to say I'm putting in about a cup of that. And then I'm just going to stir this all up. And meanwhile, my water's still boiling over here. And it's going to hydrate those sun-dried tomatoes as well. So we're just going to go ahead and let this heat through until they get to the point where they're good and soft for us. If you don't want them to be too soft and you want a little bit of that bite, then you're going to cut it off before I do. So I'm going to give this about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get started on putting my pasta in the water. And I'll be right back. All right. When your pasta is about 2 to 3 minutes out, that's when you want to add your zucchini and your squash. And as you can see how I cut those up. I just cut them in half after I sliced them, okay? I did the same to both of them. Cut them up in half. And then you want to add that to it so that you can get a little bit cooked on that. You just want a little bit, not a lot. Now, on this, it's done. 5 minutes, that's all you want. You don't want this to turn into mush, okay? We don't want a mushy mess. All right, we do not want a mushy mess. But at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and put in a little bit of that half and half. This is going to make this just a little bit more creamier for us. And add that little extra something. We love that little extra something. And then that way, while it's still on the eye, don't take it off. Let that all marry. Get to know one another. Become friends. Fall in love. Whatever. As long as they get to know one another, okay? So we're going to let that go We're going to let those cook. And this is, like I said, the last 2 to 3 minutes on that pasta. That's when you put in those veggies. Then when this is done, then that's when you go ahead and stick in a little bit of that half and half, a little bit of milk, or if you want to, omit it all together. Now, and also something else I wanted to mention. Now, I put in that Trick Daddy seasoning. If you don't have it, that's fine. Again, like I always say, use what you have. Salt and pepper, a little bit of the Queen, Mrs. Dash. That's all you need. But in my case, all you would need is Mrs. Dash. We're just going to let this marry. And I'll be back in 5 minutes when this is all done. And I'm going to show you what we look like. I'll be right back. All right. Now what we're going to do at this point, now that those flavors have had a chance to marry and get to know one another, first I drained this and put it back into the pot. So we can what? Keep it warm. And we're just going to pour that on top of that. Yummy. This is going to be delicioso. Yes, it is. Okay. Now I'm going to plate this up. I'm just going to stir this up. That's it. And like I said, this is a meatless wonder. Yes, it is. My mom used to do this to us. She said, you don't need meat every day. Sometimes it's okay not to have a little meat in your life. Yeah, okay. So my mom used to do this to her children all the time. She'd say, a meatless meal ain't gonna hurt nobody. So I'm gonna plate this up, and then I'm gonna show you something. I'll be back. Okay, now I've got it in a bowl, and then this is where the cheese comes in. Take that cheese and just go over the top with it. Yes, you do. Just go over that top with that cheese. Be as generous as you want. Add as little as you like. Your bowl, your kitchen, your meal. Do what you feel. Do what you want to do. And then that's when I'm going to hit it with a little bit of these onions. Like I said, this is a meatless meal. Don't forget, meatless, onion overboard. That's all right. I'll clean it up. Got to clean my kitchen anyway. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of that parsley. A la done. Yum, yum, you want to make you some. Can you see that? Can you see that? This is the kind of work we're doing in this kitchen. All day, every day. Again, I say things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. You see that? This is the kind of work we're doing in here. Every meal doesn't have to be meat. This is one of my meatless wonders. There we go. There we go. You can see your tomatoes, your sun-dried. I'm going to give you a closer view. Hold on. Now here is your close-up, girl. Look at you. Looking all yummy sitting over there in that bowl. Yes, she is. We've got our tomatoes in there, the tomato medley. Like I said, you could always use your cherry tomatoes. We've got squash and zucchini, sun-dried tomatoes, topped it with a little bit of cheese. Of course, you've got those noodles in there. Okay? All right. Again, I say things made easy with Gigi all day, every day. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support that I'm receiving. I truly do. I thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and for supporting my channel. It is appreciated. It truly is. Thank you so much. All right. We're at the end, you guys. I'll see you on the next one. But guess what? Be safe and stay blessed. Bye-bye.